Well, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to try and put some of this reflective insulation underneath the main cabin. Only thing I have under there right now is some spray foam, about a 1/4 inch thick all the way across. I did the spray foam a little over a year ago because it keeps rodents and bugs away from the wood and all that. But at that time, that's all we could afford, and it's all we could do to give somewhat of a little bit of cushion underneath there for insulation. But now that I'm here in the winter, and it dropped down to -6 last night with according to what the weather said, it's supposed to feel like -14. It's a little chilly, so it gets a little cold on your feet. So I did some research, and cost-wise, this reflective insulation is supposed to be pretty good. You're supposed to put it in 2 layers, so you put the first one about halfway up the joists, and then you put another one down a little ways farther. I think I got enough to do the whole floor with this 125-foot roll with just halfway up the joists at first, and we'll see how that does. And if I need to get another roll, I'll get another roll and do the bottom. Double it, because the 2 layers together are supposed to give an R21 value. If you price out regular insulation, this 125-foot roll cost me about $150. Actually a little bit over with tax, from Home Depot. I can't buy enough foam or regular batting insulation to do the whole floor for that cost, let alone batting insulation draws in the rodents and everything else, especially in the cold weather. So I'd have to put a wood bottom on the underneath also to keep them out. So from what I've researched, the rodents don't like the reflective insulation either. So we'll get this up, we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to not drop quite as cold tonight, but it's supposed to be snowing after about 1 in the morning. So we'll see how my feet do in the morning. But let's get on with it and get this put underneath, see how easy it goes. So as you can see, this is what I'm dealing with. Just a little bit of insulation sprayed on. What I'll do is I'll put it says a 4-inch gap of the silver Reflex here, folded down and stapled to the side. This goes up really easy with staples. And then after that's done, we may run one across the bottom, so I have 2 air gaps in there. But I've got the whole bottom to do. So let's get on with it. Well, there's the first 2 rows. Took me about 8 minutes to do the first 2 rows. So we'll get those on. I got enough left over that roll to do at least a double layer here. So I'll do this one by the door. I know in most of the off-grid YouTube channels I watch, they all cook a meal at one point. So just to let you see what I eat when I'm up here, particularly by myself, I'm going to do kind of a just simple version of a taco. I'm going to grill up some onions. I have some canned deer meat that I did back in 2021. I've noticed that my deer meat when I can it like that will last. Oh shoot, it lasts a good long time. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'll get them going. And deer meat going. I got a way to cheat. So the thing with canned deer meat is I put no water in it when I can it, no liquid of any kind. I generally add like on a pint like this, a half a jalapeno. I love jalapenos. Gives it just a hint of flavor. I use all the what you would use normally for hamburger meat. Is what I use, and it comes out, you know, the sinew and everything else comes out tender. It all goes away. The water you see in there is from just the canning process. So just a touch of oil so I don't mess up my skillet. And that's kind of what it's going to look like. I'll do that. I'll add some more jalapenos to it, a little bit of salsa, and then just chop a little bit of lettuce and slap it on some tortillas, and that'll be my meal. So far it'll be my only meal today. I just wasn't hungry. While the wife was here, she really fed me good, and now I'm trying to cut back a little bit. But this is a quick, easy meal. So let's get on with it. There's my extra jalapeno, some salsa. I'll add a little pepper. On the side, I put some of sauerkraut that I made from scratch that I canned up. I know the two don't sound good together, but it's got a lot of good probiotics in it, so I'm going to eat that and just stay healthy. Not the most fanciest slicer, but I get it done. I like to cook. But there's my lettuce for my wrap. My meat is almost cooked. And the meat, you cook it until you get all the water evaporated out. I know some of you will probably say, hey, you're using a Camp Chef indoors and you got to worry about carbon monoxide. And that's a true statement. However, anytime we've got propane running, and just about all the time, we have two windows that are open. We have good ventilation going. I've got a fan that's circulating the air. At night we have one window that's left open just to keep circulating, but so far no issues, and it's not like I'm burning a whole lot, just a little bit to cook with and then turn it off. The propane heater we have has a carbon monoxide sensor in it, so it shuts off if the carbon monoxide gets too high of a level. So, and I think I only had that happen once, and I wasn't even here. I left it on when I was gone and came back, it had shut off. So I'm not too worried about that. And there we go. Here's the makings of our thing. And then we'll top it off with my secret aardvark habanero hot sauce, because I just love that stuff. I think it's the best hot sauce out there as far as flavor goes. It's hard to film and cook at the same time. Here's one. Yeah, I worked up an appetite putting that Reflex insulation underneath. Got hot, overheated some, but I'm gonna eat, relax for a bit, and then we'll go on and to whatever we're gonna do for the rest of the day, Lily and I. So there it is. 3 burritos, tacos, burritos, whatever you want to call them. Bon appetit. Well, it's the next day after putting that Reflex insulation underneath. I got 2/3 of under the cabin done. Again, I have to wait till summer to do the rest because I got too much stuff under there to pull out to make room for me to crawl around. But major difference. One, it's warm in here. Your feet don't freeze when you're walking on the floor like they did with the little 1/4 inch spray foam I had on there. It's drier in here. The floor isn't sweating where the cold meets the warmth. And as you can see behind me, it's been snowing since about 4 o'clock this morning. We've already got about 2.5, 3 inches worth of snow, white fluffy stuff. So got the insulation in at the right time. I get to sit back and enjoy the snows. Well, there's what it looks like underneath. 2/3 of the way up. Major difference inside on the floor now. It'll be a lot better once I can pull everything out during the summer and get the rest of it finished. But 2/3 of the way up is done. See, I even put the aluminum tape down the seam. So big difference. Strongly recommend this stuff if you got a small cabin and you don't have a lot of money to spend on insulation. Stuff is great. So with that said, if you want to do an easy insulation job underneath your cabin and you just don't have the time or the money or the resources to do a full-blown insulation. Reflex Insulation really works. I'm not sponsored by them, but it works and it's meeting my needs. So God bless, hugs, and we'll see you on the next one.